happening, everybody? I'm Team Guild, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. And today, I'd like to welcome you to the Taking Down the TORGADORO Beginner to Advanced training. Can't believe I said that the first time. Now, I'm not going to mention the amps too much. It's a quick mention only because I got a video that's on that. It is worth a look because just look and see what Lady Lux Barrage, what kind of damage this represents. It's worth figuring out. But to keep this short, I'm going to move on to that. So, I'm not going to cheat you guys and tell you that just use this build and it'll be easy, because it won't. And I'm also not going to be the guy who tells you to play by yourself. It's easier. Although, from what I've seen, it kind of does look easier. And from the tips I give you, it will help a lot more if you can get there by yourself. But this is more of a team guide. I'm going to show you how to take care of this guy quick and fast when you be aggressive, or how to just survive. So, the first thing I want to touch on, and maybe the most important, second, I don't know, it's really up there, is when he charges. And I know he does a lot of charging, but I mean when he charges like this, he's going to leave an Aether Vent behind him. It's kind of scary, eh? Now when you see that Aether Vent behind him, if you run over it, it's going to shoot you up into the air. And then when you press R2, if you're on PlayStation, it's going to whip you down to his back, and you're going to just hack away at his head. Now this is kind of the safest place to be. And if you're being aggressive, this is the best place to be as far as fast forwarding this battle. Now once you've mounted the Behemoth, and this works for the Macaron too, the only way you're going to fall off is if you run out of stamina, or they just knock you off. Now, a good way to keep stamina is when you're about to run out, if you press X, once again on PlayStation, and if you jump off and then whip right back down, hitting R2, it'll give you a bit of your stamina bar will be regenerated. Or, if you have the Skull Forge, wear that. The way the Skull Forge works is when you're creating damage, it puts a shield on your stamina bar. So it protects your stamina bar from going down, which means you could stay on there forever. Well, almost forever. He's going to try and knock you off. But with the TORGADORO, you can hear it coming. There's a sound where you hear him winding up, and sometimes you see that little white flash. Now this is the time for you to jump, and then press R2 and you can whip back on. Then you can stay on for the entire battle, with the exception of when he turns himself into a giant flying meteor. You can't stay on for that. Mind you, that would be a, roller coaster class ride? That'd be fantastic. Now, while we're waiting to get on his back, or maybe you fell off, missed your turn, shit happens, who knows? But now we're face to face with him, and all of a sudden, this Behemoth's a lot more dangerous. Actually, too dangerous for its own good. The most important thing when you're on the ground, if you're just trying to survive, is where to stand. Now, if you hug the walls, his Superman punch kind of tracks a little weird, and it's kind of hard to hit you. His Hulk smash has a chance to power to reverb right off the wall and knock his ass over, and you and the team can jump on him. And that fire tornado, the wall creates a little bit of a pocket, which makes it harder for him to hit you. Now, one of my favorite moves is when he does that move where he grabs you and then pounds you to death and then grinds your death into the ground. I love that move. Because it's a suicide grab and everything he does is so intentional, if you actually dodge through that thing, he will flip and land on his ass, and once again, you guys can jump on him. Now, if you're feeling a bit more aggressive, there are actually better ways to attack his attacks. Now, his fire tornado is pretty flippable. It's his unstable attack, you can't see it, but it's pretty easy for you to knock him over. His Hulk smash requires some really good timing. I almost want to say I'm not sure what's happening here, but I've got more than a few times where if you time it perfectly with the chain blades, when I'm dodging right through him at the smash, it reverbs back at him and for some reason knocks him over, and we take advantage of that. Now the TORGADORO loves to pound the ground, just loves it. Also likes to pull up lava from time to time. Been known to throw molten lava rocks, and every once in a while we'll put on the biggest set of Aether Strikers you've ever seen. But most of the time, he likes to pound the ground. You've got about 3 to 5 seconds in between attacks, and you can see them coming. They're pretty deliberate, so watch for the wind up and dodge. The two attacks that you really need to watch out for is the one where he pounds his butt into the ground so hard he gets stuck, which is kind of good, because then we could pile on him for that quick little 3 seconds afterwards, and the one where he turns himself into the giant flying meteor. Now there are two ways you can attack this meteor thing. You can run away and wait, and the further you are, you technically have a little bit of time to react, and you can dodge through the wave. Or you can get kind of close, and once you get the wave timing down, which by the way is about 3 seconds. Now if you're all the way at the edge, maybe 3.25 seconds. Either way, everyone has to dodge it. This move can kill every Slayer on the map. But if you dodge through it, you have a big opportunity or a lot of time to really attack him. He's a little dizzy after this. Just make sure you're careful you're not too close to where he's going to land. That won't work out too well. This is why I like to use the chain blades. The dodging timing is pretty easy with them, but you don't have to go chain blades, period. The theme in this blaze escalation or fire mountain seems to be stagger. I'll touch on that more in the best amps video. You should give that one a check out. Second plug. But you can bring some punch gloves with some heavy stagger attacks. This is pretty good. Or even Koshi's axe or any of Koshi's weapons. If you don't attack for 6 seconds, it builds up a little static charge and gives you some extra damage. And this is good for when he's running around the place playing hard to get. You can throw an axe in his face. I also have a video out going to best fire armor, or my opinion of course, but it's the fire armor and weapons that I've been using for this hunt. Most of the footage that you've been seeing, I sometimes change the chain blades, but it's always the same fire armor, same build. That might help you guys out. Besides that, I'm not using the Torgadoro armor because that thing is nice and very aggressive, but right now we're trying to get those armor and those weapons, so they don't count as best fire armor. But in my opinion, guys, these are the things that I use to make this fight pretty easy. Or easier. He's still dangerous. And I think this is pretty much all you guys need to go and get whatever weapon or whatever armor you're trying to piece together. So on that note, I really hope this has helped. If it has, join the team. Killers. Become a killer team. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's the only way we can talk. Keep it easy. And remember, just keep gaming.